to the Jacksonville Jaguars at home. 4 turnovers, no pressures, no sacks, no rushing touchdowns, no interceptions. 49ers were beat bad. It was an ugly game. Still had a chance to win 26-21 because of the defense towards the end. Late heroics, almost, but too many turnovers. 4 turnovers. Brock Purdy, 2 interceptions. He had a very costly fumble because of Arik Armstead. Freaking revenge game at the end. It was just ugly. I don't know if Brock was 100% healthy. He was throwing the balls into the sky, lofting them, bad passes, just a lot of drops in this game. Kendrick Bourne, tons of drops. Christian McCaffrey had a few. It was just an ugly, ugly, ugly game for the 49ers. They didn't deserve to win. Definitely tough. Defensively, they didn't really generate a lot of pressures. It was tough. You could tell they really needed Nick Bosa out there. They fought hard. Defense, they got sold on a interception on Upton Stout. Should have been an interception, but they ruled it a PI. Fred Warner had 2 interceptions, but couldn't hold on to them. Just, 0 interceptions this season is brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. And something's got to change. Offense couldn't get the ball done. Defense was in bad position. And special teams, again, was a big part of this loss, just like it was last year. Big time special team mistakes today cost the Niners. Just a brutal, brutal loss, man. At home, could have been thinking ahead to the Rams, right? They got them Thursday night. Ricky Pearsall was dealing with some knee issues in this game. He came back late. Juwan Jennings, he's kind of limited in this game. So they weren't 100%, but regardless, they had opportunities and they dropped many, many passes, man. That was ugly. Ugly loss, guys. Yeah, everything went wrong for the 49ers today. Absolutely nothing went their way. 4 turnovers was huge. And like I said, Brock Purdy throwing some ducks out there. There's going to be a lot of people that want a QB change because Mac Jones was looking good. It's going to be interesting to see how Brock feels after this loss. We'll see what happens. And crazy, after the game, Liam Cohen and Robert Saleh, they had to be separated. All week they were going at it about the signal stealing. Kyle addressed the media and he said, you shouldn't be so sensitive about it, but it is what it is. This is bad. This is an ugly loss. Niners are always going to lose games, but you don't want them to lose games like this. I said all week this was going to be tough. Defensively, the Jaguars have a very stout defense. They had 9 turnovers coming into this game. They had 4. That's a lot. They had 7 interceptions coming into this game, and they added 2 to that. Now, the thing is, Brock Purdy is a risk taker. He's a gunslinger, and he took a lot of risks today, and that was very costly for the Niners. So, man. Yeah, Arik Armstead making that play hurt. Upset with Purdy. He had a lot of turnovers today. Brutal, man. Brutal. Performance from your franchise quarterback. You don't want to see that. $53 million man making that type of blunder, many blunders, was just not it. That was not pretty. It was ugly. Attendance was nice. It was a good crowd. Everybody was hyped, but you could tell, at the end of the game, people were booing. People were frustrated. There was a lot of Mac Jones, chants. People were like, Mac Jones, Mac Jones. A lot of people were sour on Brock today, man. I'm not going to lie to you. O-line, edge, D-line, they definitely need to replace both, but it's not going to be overnight. Kyle Shanahan said it's not going to be easy to replace them. You can't just replace them overnight. It's tough. Red zone offense was lackluster as well. They couldn't really get much going. It's kind of like the same problems we've had before. Special teams can't get turnovers, can't generate pressures, can't get sacks and turnovers. Literally, same story every single week for the 49ers. So, very unfortunate for the Niners. But we'll see how the rest of this season goes. We'll see how next week goes. We got a short week against the Rams. They had it's a tough team. It's a tough team. I really do think the 49ers were looking ahead to the Rams Thursday Night Football. So, oh man, we'll see what the Niners do to hopefully replace Nick Bosa's presence, because he was missed tonight. I don't know if it's going to be that easy to replace a guy like Nick Bosa, but they're going to have to try. Make the call, get Trey Hendrickson, something. Whew. My man, Dr. Space Monkey, says if we beat the Rams on Thursday, we're going to be 3-0 in division. So that is a huge win. Correct. Now, they might have lost today, but if you can stay 3-0 in the division, today's win washes away. Yeah. Lionel says, was there an altercation between Saleh and Cohen? Yeah. End of the game, they had to be separated. They were jawing at each other. Liam Cohen was saying some unpleasantries. We don't know what was said, but they did have to be separated today at the end of the game. Tough stuff. This was a lot of tension. This game was crazy, man. That game was absolutely crazy today. It was just an ugly game. Like watching it, I'm just going, man, how the hell do you lose this game? You know what I mean? Ugly performance all around the 49ers offense and special teams. I won't, throw the defense too much under the bus. They didn't have Bosa, and they were in tough positions throughout the game. They made big plays. D. Winters had a big stop. Fred Warner had some big plays here and there. Fred Warner, man, he played his ass off. I got to give him a lot of credit. He tried to do everything he could to help this team win. Just wasn't enough. They just didn't have enough. Offense didn't help him out at all. Purdy, yeah, he does need to take care of the ball, man. Very, like I said, he's a risk taker. He's definitely a risk taker, and it's not ideal sometimes. He's got mobility, but today he was just couldn't get much done. Today they ruined his rhythm. So couldn't rush the ball either. I feel like the Niners' run game this year is really stagnant. Very stagnant. Running the ball, just can't move it. They just can't get big yards. They had like a few big runs, but otherwise it's like a couple yards, 3 yards, 4 yards maybe. Pretty stagnant run game. So unfortunate position for the 49ers to be in, but it's early. The good news is they had a 3-win cushion to start the year. They were 3-0, good cushion to start, and yeah, we'll see. Any case, I'm gonna hit up this VTA bus, and I'll check back with y'all later. But definitely not the funnest game to attend. Not a great loss at all. No loss is good. This is one of those losses that you're just like, The score is 26-21. Still had a chance to win somehow, some way. That final drive, if we didn't turn that ball over again, somehow could have won that game. But unfortunate, 49ers hold this L. Ladies and gentlemen, just have a good rest of your evening. I'll be back when I get back.